if you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis love just made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch you unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. All in and out of love, yeah.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis love just made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch you unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. All in and out of love,
sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis luggage made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. These feelings are familiar, swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her, swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust, I've been in and out of touch, falling in and out of love, yeah.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
hey, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need
know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis love just made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. Only in and out of love. Yeah.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
hey, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday on this Monday, man. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new and if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional try-on hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday. I want to say me and Dunk started this joint off at the beginning of the year in 2023. We're a year in. So, if you guys are feeling the series, man, this is pretty much where we talk pretty much what's going on in pretty much hip-hop or just in the music industry in general. I did see that joint right before the live. I see that both of Diddy's cribs are getting raided. Probably won't be able to touch on that one too much tonight because I still owe like a part 2 for the Diddy situation, man, because it seems like it's something ever, like honestly, with me doing Music Monday or me and Dunks doing Music Monday once a week, and you know we only do it for like an hour and 30 minutes tops, Diddy's topics are pretty much all by himself because there's so much going on, and I'm not gonna pass judgment because we don't know. He hasn't been found guilty of anything, so we will see how this all plays out. But I will say with the helicopters and the raid and stuff, man, it ain't looking good, and that's the best way I can put it. I know if the stream maybe seemed like a little laggy, I don't know what's been going on with the internet today. I don't know if it's my phone or my computer or what, but we gonna get through it and keep it pushing because it shows me live and I got the red dot. But sign up for that sold out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it is free to sign up. Pretty much is where we continue to talk some music. Sneakers, of course, is pretty much probably why majority of you are here. And of course, we got other things. We got a food section. We got to show your, you can show your collection, man, or show your soul, you know what I'm saying, or sell your soul. Well, we ain't got to sell your soul because I know people been low-key posting they selling and stuff and hit them directly, but that has nothing to really do with sold out. You know what I'm saying? We don't got our own selling section like that. We still building and we still growing, man. So appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Definitely smash the like button. And y'all definitely know I got more content on the way. But today it is Music Monday. I'm gonna touch the chat. Looks like we had a few people come in and out, and that's cool if y'all come in and out. Just make sure y'all smash the like button before you enter or exit. Make sure you hit that joint and make sure it's got that thumbs up. Really goes a long way and really helps the kid algorithm. Y'all know I don't ask for much but those two things, man. And of course, sub up to the channel if you're new. Looks like Robert Williams came through. He says, "What up, Polo?" He says, Robert Williams says, "Nothing much. Really admiring the craftsmanship in the trophy room lows. I'm very curious where they're sitting at now. I may look that up towards the end of the live, or I may just look at it on Wednesday because something tells me that, remember we saw him floating around for that $800 price tag? I know that's done data right now. That's done. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 350 to 400 tops, but that's still a stretch for those lows. It's a low. It's not the ones, you know. And let's keep it 100. Those ones look nothing like the highs. Let's see. Robert Williams says, comparing them to the 85 low, says, have a great show. I'm going to pop in and out, running errands after running after work errands right now. Okay, cool. I know exactly how that feel is, man. It's almost borderline. I hate when I have to do anything other than come straight home, but it seems like the older I get, the more adult I get, there's always, like, literally there's always something to do. And the way I do things, man, I always work to have that free time to do nothing. But seems like it's just coming less and less nowadays, man. But we're going to keep it pushing. The sneaker dummy in the building says, E40 salute Kendrick setting the bar high this year. I got my thoughts on that, man. And we're going to basically cover tonight. And I got the title up here. Pretty much it says, will Drake and J. Cole respond to Kendrick, Future, and Metro? And then also we're going to touch on another topic where TAKEOFF blamed for his own death in a lawsuit. Allegedly, this whole live is alleged and opinion based. I don't know anything. We just going to read what's out there. I'm not surprised to see this Kendrick, I guess you can quote unquote, diss. To me, right? That seems like his... I'm going to pull up Kendrick's albums because he's not new, but he's been in the game where he ain't a 10 album guy right now. I'm not saying he won't do 10 albums over time, but you know, he's still growing, you know, he's still getting where he needs to be. Let me see if I can just pull up all his albums, and I can tell you, I know the last one really wasn't it, and I think it was like a double album joint. I was not a fan of that one. Let me share my screen real quick because I got them up on the screen. Should be right here. Boom. So pretty much, man, and just make sure Dunks ain't popped in. Cool. This is my thing. These are the albums we seen from Kendrick, right? I know the Kendrick Lamar EP, that joint. I'm gonna say this. I didn't start picking up on Kendrick until Section 80. That obviously go hard. I'll say Good Kid, Mad City goes hard, and The Pimp a Butterfly. That's it for me. The Mr. Morale and Big Stepper. Even though y'all, only reason I low key probably gave that stream numbers is because it had Kodak on the joint. That one went hard. The damn album, I really wasn't impressed. And apparently there's some other, and I guess these right here are probably mixtapes because there's like C4, Untitled, Unmastered, and then there's a Overly Dedicated. So I haven't listened to none of those, but I'm telling y'all my favorites right now of Kendrick's is Good Kid, Mad City, and of course Section 80, and To Pimp a Butterfly. The damn album did not do it for me, and I know that Rihanna joint like took off like a rocket. I just couldn't feel it. Let's see. The Slayer says, "Yo, Sneaker Familia, what up?" Which is family in Spanish, so that's Yo, Sneaker Family. What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man, and be active tonight too. But yeah, I'm not saying Kendrick's not that guy, but I'm gonna be honest, whenever, and then what killed me is I also seen it floating around where it seems like Kendrick always seems to somehow manage to drop whenever Big Sean drop. And I'm gonna say this too, man. Big Sean don't get the respect he deserves. As he's lyrical, but he's not like a Nas lyricist. He's like more of a wordplay artist, but he's a great wordplay. He gives me like Fabulous with a little bit more lyrical capability. Fabulous is all the way wordplay. He's wordplay and melody, which is good. I'm not dissing Fabulous, but I'm saying with that, like I look at Big Sean as a polished, you know what I'm saying? More, he's mellow and like pretty much Fabulous, but he's got slightly better lyricism than Fabulous. But that could be a versus we may realize that we don't even need. They could probably do a versus off that. The Sneaker Dummy says, I got J. Cole lyrics and K-Dot albums. J. Cole for me, right? And we can go down his albums too. Let me put that on the screen real quick. We got to do a good comparison before we get right into everything. So let me see if I can get J. Cole album. Overall, there's really only one J. Cole album that I truly rock with. And I know that's kind of a stretch, but let me share my screen on this one. Boom, right here, should be sharing the screen. This is my thing with a J. Cole joint. That Forest Hill Drive from 2014, that joint go hard. For Your Eyes Only goes hard. The Warm Up goes hard. But everything else in between, dog, I'm kind of goody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be mean, but like, I know there was like maybe the warm up was nice, the come up had to be nice, but Born Center only had one joint on it from me. Oh, the Friday Night Lights joint go hard too. So, my thing too with Cole, I think a lot of his stuff he does all himself from like producing and everything, making his own beats and all that too. So, you know, he writes, however he gets down. But looking back on it, Cole definitely got a bigger catalog than what I thought. You know, because Friday Night Lights, I remember listening to that joint a lot, and I know exactly where I was. A place I did not want to be and was happy to come home, but I played that joint to get through it. Let's see, For Your Eyes Only, I remember playing that joint. It's got some hits on there. Forest Hill Drive is a press play album. The warm-up was nice. Let's see. And then the Sideline Story in 2011. I bumped it, but I still didn't. It still wasn't like it did get the marketing and everything, but I don't really, to me, that's not my, I don't even think to go play that joint ever again, to be honest. It's not a timeless album, you know? And then, of course, we got Drake, who's pretty much in his own lane. Do we need to go down Drake's catalog? Because it would be unfair. You know, so I'm not even going to go straight on to Drake, right? But these are considered the quote-unquote big three. And then also, right, it's crazy that these three are getting talked about more, and it's coming off of Future and Metro Boomin did a joint album, which I also want to touch on this too, or mixtape, whatever they want to call it. They dropped it Friday, and this is what got this whole thing kind of just started up. And I was surprised. I'm like, yo, what is everybody talking about? Like, if you have a device that's connected to the internet, I'm telling you, you click, there's no matter what you clicked on, it was everywhere. You know, I'm more of a watcher of YouTube, all over the place. I'm like, all right, let me check it out. So I went and listened to the song, which let's give him credit where credit is due. Let me put myself back on the main screen too. I'm going to give, before we dissect this all the way fully, we got to give credit where credit is due for the production of Metro Boomin. Now, to be fair, that song, right, that we're talking about where Kendrick basically dissed him on there, this my thing with that. It's still a 3 6 Mafia sample song. Metro did go off at the end, but this one exists without 3 6 Mafia, so I want to give them their flowers as well. Low key, a lot of their stuff gets sampled more than what we realize. You know what I'm saying? Even Big Sean freestyled over a sample too. So it's just a lot of things that was going on with 3 6. That's why I said 3 6 Mafia is probably sitting back and just it sounding like cha-ching, cha-ching. I don't know how much they charge to get their stuff sampled or how much they get, but it's like, bro, I'm gonna put it this way. If you could get paid any amount of money just to do, like, you've done all the work and you can reap the benefits of what you did in the past, where it's always gonna come to you for the rest of your life if somebody try to use your stuff, yeah, you know, that's a win in my book. Let's see. Sneaker Dummy says, Good Kid, Mad City was a whole story from intro to outro, well put together album. No other artist has done that. They used to back in the day. It just wasn't as good as this. You know, there were some great ones, but they used to do the albums back in the day where it was a themed album, and you had to, some of them you just had to press play and let it go all the way through to make it make sense. If you really was trying to understand something, then you get the ones that just make random songs and put it all in and call it an album. But you know, I can't think of no artist off the top of my head though. The Sneaker Dummy says, put Drake versus Future. That ain't fair. Yes, I see them on the same level. And rumors is I've also seen this floating around that I guess there's a woman involved, which, bro, I really hope. I don't know if that's true because this is all legend and opinionated based, but I refuse to believe that it's a woman. Like, bro, you get the type of money that these guys are seeing, and even if it ain't what we think, they're getting more than the average Joe Schmo. That means you're going to have more access, not disrespecting the ladies and saying, like, you got to have a money to talk to a chick, but I'm going to just say it definitely helps. You know, that's all I'm going to say. My thing is this, these guys got options is what I was trying to get at. Do you really think they really cutting off bread over somebody trying to talk to somebody chick when neither one of these guys ain't married? And that's another thing. If you married, it's a whole different other ball game, bro. Like, if you talking your wife, like, all right, man, don't come with my wife, this, that, and the third, pause. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's like, ain't nobody, she playing both y'all. Really, if anything, that should, like, whenever I seen it where I seen this back in the day when I was younger where people were getting tossed around, and, you know, where you thought they was yours, and then you see next week, like, the minute y'all have like one little whatever, they go crawling to the next thing. I've had this literally happen to me where somebody literally, we got into an argument, I dropped them off, and then the whole night they spent it with they had another dude come pick them up immediately after fight, or after the argument, because it wasn't no physical fight, we just got in an argument. Mainly her doing a lot of talking and me just like, whatever, bro, like, I already said what I gotta say. But anyway, dropped them off, and then next thing you know, I found out the next day, not even a full 24 hours, they don't got down with somebody that was, this is my thing, what killed me with this is, this dude was literally trying to be like my best friend for whatever reason. I don't know the dude from a can of paint, but he really just trying to slide. And I told the person I was talking to, I was like, yo, they like you. And everybody's like, nah, you jealous. I really wasn't jealous. I could just read the dude. But I say all that to say, man, like, if it ain't your girl, it ain't no point in getting mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, and this, y'all claiming side pieces and like, hey, wait a minute, this one, hey, this a diamond, dog. And my thing is, if that was really your chicks, y'all would have tried to wife her up. You know, one of y'all. But, you know, these guys also want to be forever young. I think Future is like 40, dog. Let's just keep it 100. Let's see, no hype in the building with the salute. Let's see, the Sneaker Dummy says, it's the E40 and Hot Boy sample, Look at Me. Oh, I thought it was the 3 6 Mafia joint. The one where they was like the Ride Spinners joint. It was the Ride Spinners joint. It was 3 6 Mafia's first. It was 3 6 Mafia's first, I think. Don't quote me though. The Slayer says they got GTA money. I mean, exactly, bro. You know, we may be looking from the outside in, but I'm gonna just say this, bro. If I'm sitting there, if my net worth is, let's just say, we'll throw a random number out there, 100 million, right? My net worth for 100 million, and I got access to at least 45 million physically. Like I got not, and the rest of it just assets that I don't just tricked off or whatever. Ain't no way when I find out like, oh, you do? Okay, cool. If anything, I would have got mad at her and just probably went and just picked up 2 randoms for no reason, you know, being carefully. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no way I'm finna let it stress me if it's not my wife. And I'm gonna leave it at that. The Sneaker Dummy said it's over a woman in Metro not rocking with Drake. Drake and Metro stuff are good, but at the same time, it's always been Future and Metro, man. So, I mean, do they really need each other? Like, to be honest. But it's better when we come in strength and numbers. But at the same time, in hip-hop, I feel like we ain't had no real crazy beef in, like, a while anyway. So, like, I mean, to be honest, from the outside looking in before I dissect this thing, it's like, literally, it sounds like a whole bunch of, like, teenage friends, like, mad at some person about liking the same girl. You know, if I had to guess, allegedly. But apparently they said it's not over no girl, but they ain't said what it's over. And people are just speculating, you know what I'm saying? But let me share my screen real quick. I'm going to touch on, should J. Cole, let me make sure I got this correctly. It says, should Drake and J. Cole respond to Kendrick Lamar? Here are the pros and cons of each. So this one, they did a good job breaking this down, whoever got this article. Let me share my screen. Boom, right here. So we're going to do that. But I also want to make sure we give Big Sean his flowers. And I also want to make sure that, you know, Future needs to be mentioned. You know, as a top 5 of today's rappers, I think it's all these 5 guys. Now, however you want to put them in order is on you. Manny with the kicks in the building says, Yerp, what up, Manny? The Sneaker Dummy says, hip hop needs the cause I'm tired of sexy reds. I don't understand that situation, man. But she hustling though, and she working. I seen somebody post her like, didn't she just have a baby? Why she ain't taking care of the baby? And they're like, oh yeah, the baby daddy is the baby mama, basically. People been going in just people just be finding stuff to say just cause. Manny says J. Cole better either that good kid. J. Cole. Okay, so we gotta say out of the top 3. That's going to be a debate all day long of who's the great. This is my thing. Do we still, even though Drake writes a lot of his stuff, but I mean, like, he's also used ghostwriters. Can we say that about Kendrick and J. Cole? So that's why I be like, honestly, we got to, not saying Drake numbers-wise, he's obviously the top dog, but, you know, if we got to put other things into place, if we go off the Jay-Z rule where Jay-Z's considered the GOAT because of his success, then Drake's like pretty much right up under Jay-Z. If we go by that, I'm not saying I agree with that, but I'm just saying if we put it by that logic, it's pretty much Jay-Z, Drake, and then Drake and everybody else. You know? If we keep it off that logic. Man with the Kick says, Sexy Red is Young Thug, little sister, right? Hey, chill, man. I don't get it. Like, I don't know. Like, her stuff went viral and it's just been sticking. I don't know, man. I don't even want to speak on her too much, man, because I wouldn't even disrespect her. But it's crazy. Like, people are also fantasizing over her. Like, I think it's maybe because she's, like, just seems to be, like, super normal and down to earth. I don't know. It says, after Kendrick sent shots at Drake and J. Cole on Like That, what happens next? Should Drake and Cole fire back? We broke it down. So let's break it down with them real quick. It says, the ball is in Drake and J. Cole's court, which I highly doubt they're going. Let me tell you what's going to happen, right? Cut the live short right now, right? All that's going to happen is, because I've seen Drake spoke out at some concerts, they're going to drop a song here and there. Either they're going to do one together or they're going to drop it separately. and then they're gonna fire back, taking shots at Kendrick with those like you gotta pretty much play like detective and put the puzzle here and play that. Back in the day, you didn't have to question if somebody was calling you out. Now Kendrick definitely made it clear that he was calling him out, but at the same time, he still ain't like say a name. Like back then, it's like you had to say a name. Now you don't have to say a name, and you got to guess the, and then I guess if it don't work out, then people are like, oh, and he was like, oh, that wasn't even what that was really for. And the fans are gonna back him up if they say it. Sneaker Dummy says, this why I wish Tory was free, because he definitely can compete against all of them. Tory's, don't get me wrong, I rock with Tory Lanez music, but at the same time, bro, like I can't put him in. He alright, but I don't know about, you know what I'm saying? Not with these guys. This is different. Man with the Kick says, we need a ether from J. Cole or take the L. You're not getting an ether. That's a Haley's Coming. You're not getting that. You know what I'm saying? Only person I'll say that did a good job is when they made the Sheeter joint and they made her take it down, because pretty much that Nas he doesn't own his masters. But yeah. So, but I'll say that Sheeter stuff and the ether stuff, I don't think J. Cole got it in him. He does great lyrics too. And this is my thing. J. Cole has been doing this thing feature wise, but album wise, man, I don't want to hear a whole J. Cole joint. No disrespect, unless it's one of the greats of the old ones. Says, after Kendrick Lamar sent shots at his peers on Like That, read a whole breakdown of the situation here, or read a whole section of the breakdown here of Under the Rock. Says the rap world's attention now turns to Drake and J. Cole. Will they respond? If so, how will they do? Drake's gonna definitely respond with his super like incognito rhymes that you gotta put together about who he's talking about. Sometimes, bro, that's not being direct. It be getting underneath my skin, bro. Like sometimes, like I hate when people put it together, and sometimes it be like it seems like it's a stretch. And I'm like, bro, we don't know. Says Drake and Kendrick have a long history of tension that dates back to 2013 following Doc's infamous, and Doc is pretty much Kendrick, infamous Control verse, and now their quiet beef has finally boiled over into direct jabs. Cole and Kendrick have always seemed to be on good terms. Cole spoke highly of Kendrick as recent as last November on Yachty's A Safe Space podcast, but he may have been hit with these shots because of his close association with Drizzy, which is Drake, which I said Drizzy. Y'all know I'm on myself, man. Let's see. Man with the Kick says, Tory could have made a dope hook for Drake and J. Cole diss to Kendrick. You can't pick a side, but I seen like people have been picking sides. I seen where Ross unfollowed him, apparently, Drake, and apparently Nav unfollowed Drake. So either Drake did something really slick and nobody ain't rocking with it. I don't know, man. I don't know what's out there, and that's what needs to come out. Obviously it seems like this is some like personal beef more than just music beef. Nobody I ain't worried about nobody getting hurt or anything like that. So, I mean, this is about to be Basie and Meek Mill's words, baby lotion soft beef. Let's just keep it 100. And even with Meek Mill, as tough as he claimed to be, his stuff is baby lotion soft too. With him and academics, I'm tired of seeing that, low key. Either y'all gonna pull up and fight or not, pick one. That's my whole thing. My thing is this: if you've been beefing with somebody for over a year, long, man, y'all just miss each other. Y'all like each other and miss each other if you've been beefing. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing, you don't take that long. If y'all really like that, you're going to handle business. And that's just how I came up, how I grew up. And I ain't saying I'm a tough guy, because I don't walked away from plenty of stuff, Let's see. The Sneaker Dummy says, Drake did some light-skin-ish, LOL. Maybe so. But I don't know what he did, though, Let me read through the rest of the article. It says, under the assumption that they could Let's see. Now Drake and Cole have some decision to make. Will they respond to Drake? If so, how should they do it? Under the assumption that they would each respond in music rather than on social media, we broke down the pros and cons of Drake and J. Cole firing back at Kendrick, as K. Dot himself once said, I'm usually homeboys with the same N-words I'm rhyming with / but this hip hop and these N-words should not know what time it is. So I guess Kendrick really on some, pretty much, hey, we taking it back to the old ways, how things they used to end it. Hopefully it just stays on wax. I seen that floating around too, the No Diddy joint, man. I don't want to. I feel bad for Diddy, man, to keep it 100. Now, I don't know if he's guilty or anything like that, but I'm gonna say this: homie is going through it right now. I don't care what nobody say. Homie is going through that joint, and that just looks annoying and painful and expensive, But no Diddy, I know where people are coming with that from that. Let's see. Man, of course, you would be the one using that. Let's see. Mike Pango in the building says, Drake, so annoying. If you going to beef with the round about this nonsense. Okay. He says, hold on, I made it right or wrong. It says, Drake, so annoying. If you're going to beef, stop with the round about this nonsense. Yeah, he's beating around the bush in so many words. Honestly, I'm going to say this. Drake them are on tour and tired, bro. They not in their early 20s no more. These boys out there working because, why they have to, and you think about it, they on the road. Yeah, even if they're flying from there and coming back, that's still exhausting. I don't care if you got your own private jet or not, which is dope, but at the same time, it's still going to be exhausting because you're going to be living out of a bag. The pilot may not, can only fly so many hours in one day. I don't know because I don't own a private jet. So, these guys got it. Let's see. Sneaker Dummy says, Kendrick told us on Mask Off Remix that he wants all the smoke. Kendrick been, you know what I'm saying? He ain't, but is he ready though? This is my thing with this. Kendrick can go bar for bar, but Drake gonna go bar for bar with a catchy hook like he did on the back-to-back joint. You don't want to get back-to-back. Pause. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Drake them is one of those competitors. While it will be him versus most of Drake's ghostwriters, allegedly, I'm going to just say this. When you're outnumbered, you're outnumbered. You're already picking on two people. And he working with Cole, so Cole will be able to assist with lyrics. Is K-Dot really ready? Is really on that level? You know what I'm saying? Big Sean probably ain't even on that level to go against both those guys. And I rock with Big Sean, man. What killed me is all this right here pretty messed up. Pretty much Big Sean's drop. He just dropped a single. He dropped a freestyle and a single. These guys dropped an album. Man, this is like, I feel like he just can't catch a break because every time Big Sean try to drop, Future drops, ironically. You know what I'm saying? No, Kendrick drops, So it just seems like he can't catch a break. And those guys technically, since how Kendrick don't really drop consistently like that, whenever he drops, everybody goes and listen automatically. You know what I mean? Because of just the anticipation that he leaves. Let's see. The Sneaker Dummy says, everyone who touched that Billy Mark goes through it. Remember what happened to Ye when he touched it, shaking my... Ye kind of brought that on himself, though, bro. Ye got tired of playing ball game the way they want to play. But you're right. Everybody started touching the Billy. If you don't, it's like they cross into another bracket and they're like, hey, yeah, we know you're here, but if you want to keep it, you better do X, Y, Z. And these guys get a little too outspoken, and now, they got to tame the kid. That's just how I look at it. I could be wrong. So I'll allege it. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, Sneaker Dummy. Mandarin Kick says, K-Dot forgot about Big Sean coming with, he also did some. Big Sean is a great wordsmith and wordplay artist, man. I'll put on some Big Sean and just ride. His stuff is a vibe. You know what I'm saying? He don't get mentioned enough. He don't get enough love. I Am Divine in the building says, Y'all seen Diddy Cribs got raided by the feds? Yeah, I posted that joint in the sold out Discord. I did. That joint, man. You can't really say poor Diddy. I know he spending a lot of money, but I mean, his name's still on a lot of stuff. He just not the front man no more right now. You know his name because he want to keep whatever money he can rolling in. And I know the attorney, this $1 million easily, millions actually. I'm gonna put it this way: if 300,000 usually is if he's lucky, but this ain't a 300,000. This a milli. This a whole M, if not more. It's a whole M for the attorney. But I will say Diddy's doing right by just honestly not saying the best advice. And I'm pretty sure the number one thing we hired that attorney is like, all right, cool, shut the F up. I do all the talking. Cause whatever he say that it can and will be used against him in a court of law, and people will flip and twist whatever they can. All they're looking is at one little slip up. I don't care how great a media training you have. So, and this is pretty serious allegations, you know. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Lamont says it's over for him. It ain't looking good. I'm gonna say that. I don't know. I'm gonna say it ain't looking good, man. It seems like they coming after everybody, man. Diddy, Thug, bro. Like our greats, man. It's always something coming up. You know, every time they start taking it to another level. Let's see. Mike Pango says Diddy been fishy. He just a weirdo. If R. Kelly was doing what he was doing, Diddy 100 times what he was on. Manuel the Kick says no meat. I don't know. Even this is my thing with the R. Kelly shit, right? This is Music Monday. We're gonna continue on this, but this is my thing with the R. Kelly shit. I don't know if he did it or not, right? And I know what y'all say, man. Everybody always say this. Even the new guy in my job, everybody like, man, you know what? Stop doing what you're doing. Just go be a lawyer, man. Because you got an argument. And I can find arguments, you know, for the weirdest situations. I'm not in any way saying I support what R. Kelly did. I don't know if he did or didn't do it. I don't know. But I will say this. If that is true, where were the parents at? And why aren't they being charged as well? Because technically you're still responsible for your child until they're like a legal adult, you know? So if they're gone for that long, did these people file police reports and the police could never just find them, but they knew? And this is my thing. They had to be able to find them because my thing is this. Their parents knew where they were at, but they act like they just couldn't go over there and get them, like bring the police. Like, that's my child. They're X amount of age. They're not a legal adult. And they had to release them back to their parent, their rightful owner. So you mean to tell me R. Kelly bought kids off of their family members? I don't know. Allegedly, right? But it's my thing. Like, think about it. You got a young daughter. You know what I'm saying? After some time, like, where's she at? Even if she got a job, like, bro, you ain't came home. You know, hey, if you ain't by home by this time, I'm in the car moving. You shouldn't even be letting that be more. She shouldn't even be gone for more than 24 hours, bro. No, I don't know. I must say that whole situation it's something missing from that story. I'm not saying that stuff didn't happen, but it's something missing. Something's odd about that one. There definitely is some information that's not been put out there. Because there's three sides to every story, and they just keep throwing up R. Kelly's, and then they find the victim side. But there's some in between that needs to be put in there to make it all make sense for me personally. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I Am Divine says Diddy better move to another country. Oh, you say get on that Russell Simmons joint? I don't think he can, because like Russell only had 2 kids. Diddy got like what, 8, 9? You know what I'm saying? He almost at 10. So I mean, he can't just leave. I would hope he can't. And then, you know, some of his kids, one of the mother of his kids, I think, 3 of his kids passed away. So he literally, you know what I'm saying? Unless he just leave him with grandma, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So I guess he can, you know, because I know he getting help. I mean, as he should. He got a lot of kids. Manny says, dead ass Divine. It's the rap folks. Seems like it's kind of crazy, man. And when I was like seeing that joint, I almost switched the title of the live, but I'm like, bro, we gonna do a Diddy part 2. Pause. No Diddy. But I just feel like there's some missing holes to that situation, man. And that's all. I ain't trying to defend what I say what's right or what's wrong. I'm not the cops. I'm not that guy, man. Let's see. But it says, will Drake respond is what I got up on the screen. It says, the pros. It says, if Drake responds to Kendrick with a well-crafted verse, it would be a reminder to the naysayers that he can do more than just subliminal shots, because he also has a history of making surgical diss tracks during his feud with Meek Mill, ironically, right? In 2015, he disarmed the Philly rapper with Charged Up, which Meek did say it was Baby Lotion Soft. I'll never forget it. And it says, which had the bars like, come live all your dreams out at OVO/we gonna make sure you get your bread and you know the ropes, before ending him off with back to back. Pause. But yeah, back to back, people went crazy. When he dropped back to back, it was crazy. That was crazy. It says the Doopy ever Grammy nominated diss track, and he might have lost his beef with Pusha T, but Doopy Freestyle is still a very lyrical, impressive record. I had a microphone of yours, but then the signature faded. I think this pretty much resembles what's been happening, is a cold ass bar. If it comes down to it, a new diss record from Drake that isn't marred by any unnecessary drama could be great for rap and for his own career. I mean, I don't know though. Like, I don't think Drake has, you know what I'm saying? The Meek joint, obviously that, I don't know. I don't think this is personal for him. Like, if anything, Drake seemed like he would more so probably take shots at Drake, take shots at Future and Metro, you know, because obviously it seemed like the beef with them. And then look what Kendrick them had to bring in. No, look what Future and Metro brought in as like, that's like that boom, you know. Kendrick is kind of like that icing on the cake, because apparently Future was sending shots too, but Future, to me, man, I guess Kendrick was so aggressive on the track, Future's always mellow, but it just made him look like he just was like rhyming like he was not on no lyrical thoughts at all. Like nothing. He just mellowed the song. Like you can tell whatever he took, it kicked in. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got to say. He says, the sneaker dummy says, Pusha T sitting back with the popcorn. He don't want it with Pusha, man. What was the story of Adidon on that like that Jay-Z beat? That went crazy, bro. I knew when he dropped that and what he put out there, I was like, it's over. Drake ain't he responded, but he ain't make a song. He's like, all right, man. That Pusha cut below the belt. And I mean, like, when you talk about, I ain't saying it's a cheap shot, but it's like, obviously the thing is where Pusha won that, not only was it dope, but the album art for it, and also if you think about that, because he got all these things like swinging, right? He also exposed information that nobody really knew for real, you know. And it's like, all right, that was personal, dog. You know, he hit some. I'm gonna put it this way: Pusha T put some stuff out there that Drake, one, didn't want nobody to know, and two, or he was gonna take it and introduce it his own way, you know. But I feel like he was gonna stay low key about it. Let's see. Mike Pungo says, Meek does not take rap as serious as Kendrick. Kendrick got Ish in the chamber waiting for Drake to make a move. Oh, yeah. I mean, I would never compare Kendrick to Meek. No disrespect. Meek has wordplay, and he can tell a story, but he ain't lyrical telling a story either. Like, he's flowing, but you could tell it's like the nursery rhymes compared to Kendrick. No disrespect. And I rock with Meek heavy. But this ain't his lane. You know what I'm saying? Look at the top 5 we're naming here for today's rap, right? We're naming Kendrick. We're talking J. Cole. We're talking Drake. Big Sean is even being mentioned. Future's even being mentioned. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wasn't thinking about a Meek. And we look what we brought up Meek on the downside of things in this. You know what I'm saying? It says, if Drake doesn't bring his A game, it could backfire and make him look even worse. He has a tendency to play characters in different situations he's in, and of late, he's either been the OVO mob boss who raps about linking the ops for Jay Prince, or the petty king who plays to buy your most personal belongings when they're up for auction. the worst thing that Drake could do in this situation is play too deeply into one of those personas and deliver a diss record that's all about how he's better rich than Kendrick. Yeah, you can't come. Yeah, he can't come with like a I got more money than you. Like, nah, you gotta you gotta tell us why you're better, and it can't be because of the money. It's gotta be talent wise. Why are you better? So I don't see them having a strong, and this is for Drake. I don't see him. I'm not saying it can't be done, but he know even still that was like, what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no walk in the park. You got to give Kendrick where credit is due for Kendrick. Says even if it's true, no one wants to hear that. Exactly. As the most commercially successful rapper of the last decade, which countless accolades to his name, Drake has a lot to lose in the situation. If he releases a whack response and ultimately loses the battle with Kendrick, it would put a major blemish on his reputation and could knock him off what many believe is a throne he's been sitting on for years. Okay, so they're saying Drake may do this. So they got this as my take. Says Drake is tired of people playing with his name. He responded for all the dogs' criticism by releasing a Scary Hours edition deluxe pack, which was filled with the exact kind of lyricism that many critics said was missing from the original album. He also he reads every comment and sees what people are saying on the internet, and I don't think he's going to let Kendrick get away with bodying him on a song from his old homies Metro and Future. Yeah, that one kind of cut deep too. You know what I'm saying? But this is my thing. Drake got to go with all three, though. If he going to respond, you got to call out Kendrick. You got to go with Future. And my thing is, actually, if done correctly, he can save Kendrick for last. All he got to do is make the diss towards Metro and Future. If there is some beef there, give us a little bit of nosiness of like, if it is over a girl or not, but tell him like come in with something like, that's why I had, and then say a random name that they know what the name is, bent over the block, over the rail, pulling it, what I'm saying, disrespectful with it, and you had to watch because you came in crying, something like crazy, wild stuff. And I know what you're saying, like, Jay, you got, I ain't saying it, I'm just saying, like, he gonna have to come with that, and then take a little couple jabs at Kendrick here and there, and we're gonna be like, ooh, like, he could almost, that's what he's gonna have to do. He got to approach it by that angle, because if he can't hang with Kendrick lyrically, he can definitely out-rap and make a song just as good as Metro and Future. No disrespect. And I rock with Future heavy, but I'm just saying, like, he can take the cheat route. But then, if he don't address Kendrick, then they're also going to say, like, but he ducking that smoke from Kendrick. So that's a hard angle, too. No matter all the angles I'm looking at, either way, it's going to be a hard angle, dog. Let me read the rest of this article real quick. Let's see. In November, he said that he wrote the 5 additional Scary Hour songs while he was on the road, explaining that this is the most inspired he's felt since If You Were Reading This, It's Too Late. Album is phenomenal. I love that album. He says, if that's the case, then he should have a problem crafting one refined record aimed squarely at Kendrick and potentially Future and Metro while he's on tour. So they're saying if that's the case, that's where he get his inspiration when he's on the road. Hey, I'll say he do got the 72-hour rule. Kendrick them dropped it on Friday. If we don't hear nothing by, I'm going to say this. Since this is more of a challenging, he better respond by the latest. He needs to respond Friday night. We need to wake up to it Friday night. If he going to respond, if him and Cole cooking up something because they on tour together, y'all got to Friday night. It's technically supposed to be 72 hours, 3 business days, but, we ain't had a hip-hop real beef lyrically in a long time. So I'll say till Friday, Drake and J. Cole has to respond. J. Cole probably won't, but if Drake's going to respond, he has to do it by Friday or else. Let's see, No Hype in the Building, says Manny with the salute. Let's see, read that one. I think Mike Pango says Meek does not take rap seriously. Kendrick got the shit. Chamber waiting. Yeah, I read that one. So maybe so. Yeah, Meek ain't in this conversation, dog. Let's just keep it like Meek's being mentioned for the wrong reasons. Like, just be nice about it. In November, so we read that one part. Where did I leave off? He says, There are plenty reasons why he would choose not to respond, mainly because Kendrick has the capability to bar him up. But given how explosive like that is, I doubt Drake will stay out the booth. Now it's the time for him to finally respond directly because Kendrick came at him in ways that was too straightforward for Drake to ignore. If he doesn't, it might always go down as a what if moment for him, and he could be hunted by criticism about backing down the formidable moment or the formidable opponent. Says he definitely shouldn't do what he usually do and make a shady Instagram post followed by sprinkling subliminal disses in every other solo rap, give verses and concert speeches for the next 6 years. Hey, yeah, just make us hit. Yeah, you need, honestly, he gonna have to make a song. He got to make a hit. It's got to be attention grabbing, and you got to come you got to make it sound like you ready to come to a street fight and it can go down. Pause. That's what Drake gonna have to do. Now let's talk J. Cole. What may he have to do? Says, will J. Cole respond? Here are the pros and cons. Yeah, very curious. After this, then we're gonna touch on to probably a little bit what going on, like how people are reacting, and then also we will close out with TAKEOFF, RIP to TAKEOFF, about pretty much that estate situation, which that one shouldn't take us too long to get through. So I'm only gonna be on this joint for like another roughly 25 minutes, give or take. Appreciate y'all for being patient with the kid, man, and being active in the chat as well. Really goes a long way. Says, will J. Cole respond? For the pros, says it's never been unanimously agreed upon who is the better between J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, but Cole successfully won a direct war of words. He would finally have more ammo in the debate. Cole had a hell of a year in 2023 as he dominated every feature he had appeared on, firmly establishing himself as one of the best MCs alive right now. He has friendly sparring matches with Kendrick before, like when they rapped over each other's beats on their 2015 Black Friday singles, and it seems like there is a mutual respect between the two of them. If J. Cole chooses to respond to Lamar jabs and did so triumphantly, he would position himself in a class of his own right now. He already had the best verse on Drake's first-person shooter. Now all that remains is for him to prove that he can out-rap Kendrick on the most visible stage possible. The Drake and Cole joint was alright. And I remember that was on Drake's album. I think I'm getting it mixed up with the one he did with 21 Savage, but I think people were calling that a flop too. Let me see what first person shooter was on. Like, was that on the 21 Savage? Let me look this up real quick. It's gonna bother me if I don't look this up. J. Cole first person shooter. I gotta look this up just to see what the joint is on. First person shooter. Let's see. Boom. What was it on? Is it what album? Like, it's song by Drake, but like, what's the album of this joint? Like, what is it on? That's what I want to know. So, song by Drake, overall overview. I think this. Oh, that's it. It was the off that last album where his son made the album artwork for that joint. What's that joint called? For All My Dogs. For All My Dogs. That's what it is for. Okay, cool. Got you. Cool. Back. Cool. Back to action. Let me share my screen real quick. Boom. Sorry, that was gonna bother me. I wasn't gonna be able to get through the live if I didn't look that up. Let me touch the chat real quick. Man with the Kick says 85 100 salute. The Sneaker Dummy says it's on Drake album. Yep. Got it. So here's the cons to the situation. It says, for fans of Cole and Kendrick, the worst case scenario would be if they ruin their relationship because of the back and forth feud. Some all still holding out for a long awaited collab album between the two of them. And it would be unfortunate if a verse that was primarily aimed at Drake created a rift that went beyond music. For Cole, a loss to Kendrick on stage like this would straighten arguments that he is definitely in the third place amongst the big three. It would be major blow to his legacy if he went head to head and couldn't meet Kendrick's lyrical ability. I don't think Cole's gonna respond, bro. And let me see. It says my take. It says most of Kendrick's shots were directed at Drake on like that, and while Cole did catch some bars, I don't think he will or should respond to Kendrick's verse with bars. Kendrick is more likely to get a phone call from Cole than verse, which is what he did with No Name after he responded to his Snow on the Buff. Plus, Cole and Kendrick don't have the same contingency history that Dot and Drake do. It wouldn't be perceived as an L from fans if he chose to stay quiet and let Drake defend himself. So I don't think we will be hearing a direct shot at Kendrick, which is probably the right call. There's a lot more risk that reward. There's a lot more risk than reward for Cole when it comes to responding to Kendrick, and I agree. Drake kind of like, you got to be out there on your own. Maybe Cole have him like sample his voice to say like something in the background or something. Worst case scenario, just to let him know like, hey, yeah, I heard you, but I'm letting Drake handle it. You know what I'm saying? Somehow sample like a Cole situation. You know what I'm saying? The sneaker dummy says, and it's okay bars, but no bounce that Future / Kendrick got. The bounce make you get up and go get some money, make you do extra reps in the gym. I didn't even listen to the joint. After I listened to that joint on Friday, I didn't when I went to the gym this morning, that wasn't a song even on my mind, yo. All honestly, like the internet drove this joint crazier than everything else. And then I seen where even YNW Melly thought, now this was a stretch right here. YNW Melly inserts himself and like that, because I guess he thought that pretty much, and I saw this floating around, he says, I wasn't ready for the stray at Kendrick. At least share my single today. So I guess he's been wanting to feature or something like that too. So he's just trying to make himself relevant again, because you know what he's going through, which is a double murder case situation, which we know we've touched on that. So this is apparently Future and Metro Boomin no longer friends on Drake, on what Drake's fans think. And I think already, right, because they're not, just because this, right, you see this following on social media, just because somebody don't follow each other on social media don't mean they're not friends. Me and Dunks is homies from 6th grade, dog, and I don't even use social media like that, so I don't even follow my homie, like, because I don't use the joint really. You know what I'm saying? This don't really mean nothing, but people go off of this. I want to say this, by the way. Mike Pango says, I hope we get some crazy heat for the summer. All these rappers need to drop something and stop being scared. Facts. I mean, this is a nice little warm up, but we need something for the summer. What that hit gonna be? Drake says there's no N-word on this earth that could ever F with me, aimed at the disclosure. So that's what he has responded. I saw when he was on tour. I guess cool. You know what I'm saying? And I guess this article says Kendrick torches Drake and J. Cole on a Ruthless new collab. I'm the big three. So I don't know. I ain't gonna say he necessarily tortured them, but I mean, he definitely did his thing. And then Future and Metro Boomin says, We Don't Trust You becomes Spotify's most streamed album in a single day this year. Keep in mind, March is what, the third month? February, March. That ain't really saying much, dog. If we was like 8 months in, and that's like, all right, cool, you don't top all your competition so far. I mean, we just starting off, and it's kind of like the first thing to kind of really, like, whole album surprise that we wasn't anticipating situation. Let's see, No Hype says, I'm out at dinner but watching. Appreciate that, dog. Appreciate that. Definitely smash that like button as y'all in here too, man. I'm gonna be on this joint like another 15. I haven't listened to the whole album all the way through. Now, if y'all have, what do y'all think on the joint? I only listened to that one song. And I rock with Future and Metro Boomin heavy, so I just need to get into that, obviously. Let's see, close this. And then I think Metro Boomin responds to the speculation that Drake and Future are beefing over women. He says, the speculation surrounding the nature of the beef comes after Drake, what would Pluto do from All My Dogs? So pretty much, I hope it's not over a woman, but pretty much I think Metro did address it, says, as responded to the speculation that Drake and Future are beefing over a woman, says, y'all N-word, stop making stuff up for engagement and enjoy the music. Metro tweeted underneath an account that claimed that the two rappers are at odds over a woman named Diana. So we got a name. I just refuse to believe they're fighting over a chick, dog. I'm sorry. You can't see me seeing that. Says, I think this is some Drakes that apparently, Drake and Future are beefing. So apparently says, what would Pluto do? And this is what they were talking about. He effed the hoe, so I did it. Yeah. So Pluto is basically Future's nickname. That was one of the things. I know we call him like I know we call him Fuge. I know he goes by, Future, obviously, Future Hendrix, but we also call him Pluto because of that album. So pretty much Pluto, and I think he did like a Pluto 3D, but don't quote me on that. So yeah, says you N-words, #1 fan, dog. Sneak dissing, I don't understand, dog. Low walking, acting like a fed dog. Don't need another fake friend, dog. Ain't about the hoe cause we sharing, dog. You feeling N-words, why you playing, dog? So pretty much, I really hope he's saying, and if what people are saying off this lyrics from all my dogs are saying that pretty much, what would Pluto do? And he gets mad, like basically saying like we both slept with the same chick. Did y'all know though? I mean, obviously, what I'm assuming is somebody was sleeping with her first, which I'm assuming maybe Drake had her first and then Future got it. If what I'm getting from this, I don't know. Because, I mean, this is the first time we kind of hearing, like, we've been hearing the little mumblings, but I don't know which one is actually true. And, of course, Metro Boomin, that's what he wrote up under the quote to say it ain't about that. So I guess it's deeper than the chick. It's something else. But it does sound like there's a woman involved. I'm going to leave it at that. It says, I ramped up speculation surrounding the status of Drake and Future's relationship comes after the release of Metro and Future's album, We Don't Trust You. On the title track of the album, Future had some bars for someone many people think is Drake. Says, you N-word #1 fan, dog, sneak dick. Okay, so that was Future's pretty much response to Drake. So pretty much Drake said, what would Pluto do? And he effed the hoe, so I did too. And then Future responded back to this, pretty much what I read earlier. So you need another fake friend, dog, because you about to be a hoe. Cause, yeah, so pretty much, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm assuming why everybody think it's a lady, because usually that's what they refer to ladies, I guess, that, like, don't have too much respect for themselves, apparently, allegedly. I don't know. Says the online speculation Metro responded to also pointed out how there's a song on the album called Magic Done One Princess Diana and assumed it was about a woman named Diana. Interesting. I guess we got to check that joint out. Says fans have also pointed out that last year on Drake's What Would Pluto Do for All My Dogs, the Toronto rapper had lyrics implied that he slept with the girl that Future was previously with. So I'm guessing Future had her and then Drake had her, and Drake feel like, dude, what's the problem? You ain't want her. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean, I really hope it's not that really deep into it. And it says, on social media, users also point out Drake's verse on More M's on 2022 cut of his 21 Savage album, Her Loss. It was all right. I wouldn't write home about it, though. It says, hits different in the light perceived feud. What happened to that N-word claiming OVO? We traded him, raps Drake, which some now take means he traded Future for 21 Savage. Drake continued his verse rapping. Okay, says N-words ain't got fake love for the boy, so they fake it. Crack a couple jokes to do some BITCHs on some snake-ish. But if I send a verse to the ASS, then they will take it. So I'm trying to watch my wording for YouTube because you know how they be. It says, shoot a video, arm around me like we aces, or pop up at the show, jump around on stages. Okay, so Drake got great bars, and he's got bars and wordplay too. I'm not going to take that away from Drake. But at the same time, rumors is he has pretty much, has ghostwriters. So pretty much look like Drake quotes Nab lyrics after he's unfollowed him on Instagram. Apparently, I think he's seen Rick Ross unfollowed him too. So I guess people are in the middle of this situation. Like, they got to pick a side. And of course, like, let me see. I got this one on here. Let's see. Apparently, I think off the numbers wise, off this Future and Metro album, I think it's already anticipated to sell over 200,000 the first week. So that'll be great for hip hop. And I do want to touch on what Joe Budden said, and then we'll trans on the last part of the Takeoff situation to close out for the last 10 minutes. Joe Budden believes Kendrick Lamar's Like That verse exploded phony friendships. Maybe so. Because he continues, says, I love Future is the one of the breakup of all these monetized friendships. All these Drake All-Star N-words be too scared to press Drake about it. He says Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, Young Thug, the whole crop. He didn't do that with Future. So, I mean, I guess what they're saying, like somebody, it had to, a lot of stuff had probably been brewing and tensioning behind the scenes anyway. And I will say this, say what you want to say about Joe Budden, but he be having great takes on things too. Hence why he could just do the show like this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I gotta say Drake, I gotta say Joe Budden's got a point. You know, I don't want to like this. He says he also called out Travis directly, saying, Travis, you phony ASS N-word. Travis, a Rolling Loud. Oh, play this one. Play this. That was this song. I guess, yeah, I got to give it to Joe Budden, man. He really pays attention to hip hop, you know, or at least it appears to be. So, yeah, I get that. But, you know, at the same time, man, I mean, at the end of the day, some people may just look at it as like, hey, this is business. This is my job. I'm here to make money. I'm here to make money, not friends. You know, like we was talking about that in the Sold Out Discord earlier. You know, like all honestly, can you really say your boss is your friend? I don't care how cool y'all is, but you know what I'm saying? You still gotta treat them with a long handle spoon. You know what I'm saying? I think me and my boss be super cool, but at the same time, he'll let me know, you know, he still got his own nice way of letting me know, like, hey, I'm the boss, you know? And we'll just leave it at that. Let's see. Kendrick Lamar will just not let Big Sean catch a break. Overshadows comeback like that. Shots at Big 3. So, yeah. But I think Big Sean still got his core audience, too. I'm not going to take that away from him. Kendrick Lamar, just Drake. This is why. I think he's just always looking for his own space. But I will say Kendrick's last album that dropped, man, was not the best work that we've seen. And let me hold on. I'll put it back on. What was the last joint he did? And I said that at the beginning of the live, too. But I'm going to say it again. No disrespect. Kendrick's last album, you know what I mean? It didn't live up to what we're used to. And that's all I'm going to say with the Kendrick situation, man. Like, his last joint he dropped, 2022, the Mr. Morale and Big Stepper joint where it's a double album. Out of a double album, I only rocked with one song, dog. And that's just me. But yeah, you know, and I like Kendrick, but that album was not it. So, pretty much. So, I know Drake said we broke down that part. We've covered this joint. We got this one out the way. Jermaine Dupri inserts his 2 cents. But he has a right to anybody that can speak on it. Jermaine Dupri can definitely have his 2 cents on it, but I'm not going to really go into all the way. So pretty much, but definitely may touch on it a little bit later. Pause. But let's talk pretty much takeoff situation here for the last 10 minutes and wrap things up here for the night. Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. It really means a lot for the kid for sure. Let's see. Takeoff partially blamed for his own murder as 1 million wrongful death lawsuit heats up. Again, if I didn't say it already, RP to Takeoff, dog. From what we seen, that was just a wrong place, wrong time, you know. Says Takeoff's November 2022 murder was traumatic event for his friends and family, and more than 18 months later, people are still battling in court over who's responsible. It says the late rapper's mother, Titana Davenport, hopefully I'm reading that correctly. If I'm not, please forgive me, files a $1 million lawsuit against the owners of the venue where he was killed back in June of last year, but now the owners are pushing back. According to the Radar Online, the owners of the Houston, Texas establishment 810 Billiards and Bowling have asked to be dismissed from the lawsuit. It says back in January, another one of the defendants, Midway Companies LLC, blamed Takeoff in part of their tragedy in the court filing that put responsibility for the shooting partially on Decent, Kendrick, Lamar, Trojan Ball, Takeoff. Dang, he got a long name. Failing to exercise ordinary care for his own safety. I mean, the guy was just chilling. I mean, even if he had the gun on him, he got hit with a stray bullet, bro. That's just how I look at it. It says, Now the 810 Billiards owners have followed suit. They said in the filing there is a reasonable probability that the occurrence in question, as well as the damages complained of, were approximately caused in a whole, in or part, by unknown criminals who participated in unlawful gambling and or the illegal possession of firearms. Says defendant is not liable for plaintiffs because plaintiffs owns acts and omissions approximately caused or contributed to the plaintiff's industry. They continue. So basically what they're saying is like, we didn't tell them to go out there and go shoot some dice. I think that's what they were doing, gambling. We didn't tell y'all to partake. And even if you wasn't gambling, they didn't tell you to stay around there and watch, is what they're saying. I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but I'm saying that's what I'm getting as I read through this article. It says, the Migos rapper was gunned down at 810 Billiards and Bowling in downtown Houston in the early hours of November 1st, 2022. He was 28 years old. Gone too soon, man. RIP to Takeoff. Takeoff and his uncle / groupmate Quavo were partaking in a dice game when an altercation broke out and shots were fired, striking Takeoff either in the head or near his head. Despite initial rumors suggesting he was also shot, Quavo was not injured. So that right there, like I said, that's just innocent. But at the same time, he didn't have. They shouldn't have been. Some tells me those people didn't go out there to stop them to tell them from gambling, but they didn't tell them to gamble either outside. You know what I'm saying? These some people that was, I assume they had too much fun already and they trying to prove a point when really I don't see the point of why a gun should have been even pulled out. And if the person was going to do something to scare everybody, shoot up in the air and let everybody run away. You know, says on the criminal side, two-man Patrick Xavier Clark and Cameron Joshua have been arrested and charged in the case. Joshua was arrested in Houston in November 2022 and charged with felony unlawful carry of a weapon. The 16-year-old rapper, who goes by a real name Lil Cam, is allegedly affiliated with Jay Prince Jr.'s Mob Ties Records and believed to have been in attendance at the private party where Takeoff was murdered. Prosecutors claim surveillance footage showed Joshua brandishing a weapon at the scene of the crime, but the district attorney office didn't go so far as to accuse him of the shooting of Takeoff. Says Clark was officially indicted on murder charges on May 25th, 2023 by a grand jury. So I think they got the shooter, so I don't know if Patrick Xavier Clark, what he's going to get, but I think the reason this camera and Joshua guys getting brought up is mainly because they saw that he had a gun too and probably he probably didn't have it legally. So that's a charge too. Either way, he's not going to be looking at the time of what the quote unquote murder is accused of, I would think, right? And I'm going to just leave it at that. Other than that, pretty much, man, I was going to touch on a Diddy thing, but we got like 5 minutes left on the live. Maybe just see what's going over there real quick. I'm very curious if we can just see that. I'm not sure why it's being seized, but I'll at least just get a headline of the Diddy situation right now, man, because that right there has definitely caught me off guard. I was not ready. I guess we'll go by Fox News or TMZ usually has it pretty juicy. Pause, like as far as the stories. Let me see if theirs got boom, because they did both homes too. So I do want to touch on this real quick. Boom, because we was touching about it anyway. It says Diddy homes in LA and Miami raided by federal agents, bro. And I think they had helicopters flying over the joint. Says the scene Diddy Los Angeles area home appears to be winding down at the new photo obtained by TMZ shows just how bustling it was, the law enforcement activity. So, I mean, they're searching his home for stuff. But look how long it took him to get this warrant, though. Menard Kick says no mask. Let's see. My thing is this, bro. If they put in this type of investigation, they got something. Now, I don't know what type of deal Diddy's going to get on the table, but I'm pretty sure he's trying to look at no time at all and what it's going to cost. But they're searching his home. I mean, it ain't looking good. You know what I'm saying? Like Devon said earlier, bro, like, Diddy better move to another country. I don't know, but it ain't looking good. Says TMZ obtained extra footage of the cops on a scene near Diddy's LA area home, and it took like officers have down the entire area with helicopters swarming above. There was at least 2 choppers in the area and a lot of police on the ground. I mean, what were they expecting this dude to do? Like, I mean, I ain't saying Diddy not about that life, but hell, you know not to. That's not thing. You know you can't go out in Scarface. You can, but most people don't go out like a Scarface in real life. It says a rep from the Homeland Security Investigators earlier today. Homeland Security Investigators, HSI, New York, executed law enforcement actions as a part of an ongoing investigation with an attendance from the HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and other local enforcement partners. We will provide future information as it becomes available. Yeah, see, I knew it wasn't much on this Diddy stuff anyway. Pretty much, yeah. They were pretty serious. And like, this is my thing. Hold on, wait. Why do they got King and Justin in handcuffs? I know those are Diddy's kids, but like, why are they, like, when you raiding the home, like, I guess you gotta like put them in handcuffs? That's weird. Let me read this last little part. It says law enforcement sources tell TMZ this case is being handled out of the Southern District, New York. Reports say that it appears to be tied to trafficking allegations. Y'all know I'm trying to be careful for YouTube, which has been levied against Diddy in the recent months from the different plaintiffs. And of course, it says Fox 11 posted a video that appears to show several individuals in handcuffs near property, and a couple of them appear to be Diddy's son, Justin and King Combs. So pretty much, yeah, Justin and King Combs. Yeah. It says TMZ has obtained additional footage to show agents of Diddy's water. Agents are rolling up to Diddy's water. The video shows armed agents standing on a boat, and they appear to be armed. Wow. Man, they really came for this dude, man. Like, holy crap. Like, I would say this. Diddy's doing the right thing. Just be quiet, bruh. Diddy over the years, but just be quiet right now. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Just be quiet, man. Let me put myself back on the main screen and wrap things up here for the night. But yeah, that's the best thing I can say for Diddy right now. I can't say who did or who did not what. You know, I have no dog in this fight. I'm just reading what's kind of coming up there. I know normally I do play devil's advocate with Diddy and them, man, but at the same time, we just gotta wait for more information to come out. Man with the Kick says, I didn't say that, my guy. No Meek Mills. Oh, no Meek Mills. No Meek. He says, I didn't say that, my guy. No Meek Mills. Hey, man, y'all gonna get all Meek, man. Pause. But yeah, let's wrap things up here for tonight, man. I've been on this joint coming up right up on the hour and 30-minute mark. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love, man. Salutes to Dunks if he's working those extra hours getting to the bread. I think sneaker-wise, we got the Air Max is supposed to be anticipated. I seen everybody asking me. I seen the comments like, where they at? They ain't on sneakers yet. It's probably going to be a shock drop, but we just know about it. Now, the time will be to be determined. But other than that, the rest of this week should be a pretty much chill week. But you know, I will be back on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. In the meantime, y'all sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up. Other than that, man, pretty much appreciate everybody for coming through. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know this is Music Monday. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here for the night. And yeah, I'll definitely be back on Wednesday, and I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Wear your all piece of me. turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis luggage made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. I've been in and out of love. Yeah.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I'm just worried that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof.